What up, Ninja Nation? It is us, the Less and Stealthy Ninjas, live and in color on,
Mm.
for the 2024. And welcome to a new episode of Ninja Banter with us, two-thirds of the Less and Stealthy Ninjas. I myself am tag predictions champion, as you can see right here with this lovely championship. Eat your heart out to the rest of the members of tag. Look at that logo. Look at that logo.
Wait,
The
who
prestigious.
that bearded Suge Knight on that?
Oh, that is me. That is my beautiful bearded face. Hey, it is, it is I, the prestigious Scooter Ray, joined by the galactic troll himself, the supreme
oh,
cosmic boss. And shout
oh,
outs to our lady ninja who's currently away on a reconnaissance mission around
mhm.
your miss. Now, this ninja banter, this was a my idea, ninja banter, because I sat there and thought to myself, we've seen a lot of movies. We
Mhm.
watched everything. What's some of our favorite bad movies? And I
Mm.
mean the movies that are just objectively bad,
Mhm.
perceived to be as bad, all that and above. What's some of our
Mhm.
favorites? And
I got.
Boss and I are going to go back and forth with ours.
Mhm.
But since Aranya couldn't join us, she gave us a list. So we're going to read hers off first. And Boss and I are going to kind of have fun to try to guess why she
Right,
likes these movies.
right. Although I could tell you what movie ain't gonna be on none of these lists. Alone in the Dark.
Nah, nah. Cause you know why? That movie's going to stay in the dark
Exactly. Alone.
alone. Well, now that there's some other movies that's going to be with it,
hmm
but it ain't gonna be on either one of these lists. All
Right.
right. So with Aranya, first up now, for anybody who truly knows Aranya, who has had conversations with her about horror movies, she speaks highly of this movie. So first out the gate, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. She, and her reasoning is, people feel it's bad because it didn't have Michael Myers in it. And originally, Halloween was supposed to be an anthology and
hmm
all of that. That woman loves Halloween
It's
3,
her favorite in the
Season
whole
of the Witch.
franchise. The whole franchise. It's her favorite. Like,
So she loves that film. Now, next up on her list, she has the Flatliners reboot.
the Flatliners reboot.
Yeah. Let's
Oh,
see. Wait.
goodness.
Let's see who's in it. Let's see who's in it. Cause you know her. If it has some nice looking men's, run you. All right. So the Flatliners reboot came out in 2017. It had Kiefer Sutherland,
Uh-huh.
Elliot Page, Diego Luna, Nina Dobrev, Kersey Clemens, James Norton, Charlotte McKinney. Okay. I never seen the reboot,
Me neither. Me neither.
so I'm gonna assume, being into the mind of Aranya, it must have had a good story to it,
It either that or some very violent deaths.
or that too. Oh,
So like,
Aranya's
it's
Miss
one or the other.
nickname is Gore Whore
Yes,
for those
gore
out there.
whore. Either there
Gore
or
Whore.
some excruciatingly violent deaths, or it's got a good
Uh,
story that she really
so
likes.
Chex
The
Mix,
Sasquatch gang.
I've never heard of
Okay,
that.
I
I've never
think I
heard of
know
the
what
Chex
that
like that.
is. Hold on.
That's a new one to me.
Yeah, that's the one with Justin Long. Okay.
Really? When did this come out?
This was 2006.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So
I wouldn't
like
expect it. I wouldn't expect it to be 2000s.
yeah, that's
I thought it
Justin
was gonna be
Long.
one of the early movies. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's about, like, if I remember right, It's about some idiots that go looking for big Sasquatch in the woods and they find some evidence. Like that's that's all I
Hmm.
remember. It's been forever since I seen that movie.
Okay. But yes, I'm gonna say that like you said, it must have been some good deaths in here. Hold on. He said one of my favorite scenes in a one of
Ever
my
happened
favorite
in this?
scenes in a movie ever happened in this movie. Whoa.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. Let me see if that's streaming anywhere.
Oh, okay. This next movie Aranya picked. This is such a gimme. This is such a layup. She put the Jacob Ladders reboot.
Oh, I know what that is. I know what that is. That's so blue
So,
eyed. I throw babies out the
so
window. Michael Ealy.
for those who know Aranya as well, the movie stars Michael Ealy and Jesse Williams.
uh huh.
Come on,
Uh
Aranya.
huh. Yep.
Come on, Aranya.
Yep. That movie
Come
could
on,
be that
Aranya.
movie could be a zero in by
Come on,
every person who
Aranya.
watches it. She gonna love it because of them two by itself.
Come on, Irancita.
And that's why it's what happened to old Jesse Williams happened to him in the cabin in the woods. So
Oh, you ain't have to do it like that. You ain't have to do it like that.
I know she loves that movie, and it upset her that both him and Chris
Yes,
Hemsworth.
yes. So two Hollywood crushes of hers both get murked in Cabin in the Woods. And spoiler alert, if you hadn't seen Cabin in the Woods by now, that's on you.
Right.
That's on you.
Oh man.
But all right, let's see. Her next movie she put is Legion. Legion was not a bad movie
Wait a minute. This is the one where
with the
the
angels.
entire movie, the angels in the diner, right?
Yes,
With Paul Bettany.
Paul
Yes,
Bettany, aka
Paul Bettany.
Vision,
Look, here's the thing.
Tyrese. Wait, who was
The
all in Legion?
movie is very bad, but it's fun. That's the thing.
Let's
It
see,
is
Legion.
fun to watch.
Let's
I
see who
like
was all
Legion.
in that.
Like
Let's
I
see, you
remember, like
had
that was a Super Bowl. That movie's trailer was on the Super Bowl, and everybody was crazy for it when that grandma started crawling on the ceiling.
yes,
They
so
like,
you had Dennis Quaid, Paul Bettany, Scott Stewart, Cameron Harlow, Adrian Padalecki, Tyrese
mm-hmm.
Gibson, Kate Walsh, Charles S. Dutton. So yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen Legion though. It's been a minute.
And then they had that one angel that played like I think he played Michael or somebody, but he's like the goon in every TV show with to do with crime.
Yes, yes,
like,
always,
like
always.
I can't remember his name, but when you see his face, he's like, "Well,
Kevin
you always
Durant.
a goon." There you go. He's
Mm-hmm.
always a goon. He's always
Always a goon.
somebody's goon. Like,
Always a goon. And he's never the leader, but he's
no,
always the goon.
no, he's the biggest, tallest one. He's never the leading anybody.
Usually, usually is the biggest. You're not lying with that description. He's usually the biggest, tallest one, and he's always the goon. He's
Right.
always either the right hand or he should have been.
And they always got him like if there's ever like a female protagonist, they gonna make him smile creepily and ease
Yes,
into her neck, and this is like
yes.
weird.
All right. Her next movie she put, which I will never watch this movie series personally. She put The Human Centipede 2.
Here's the thing: I've seen the first one. I still
Mm-hmm.
have not watched the second or the third. I don't know if I will. Not just because I know it takes a lot to watch those movies. I've seen the first. I'm I'll
Mm-hmm.
probably get around to the second one eventually, but
I would never,
man,
ever,
mm,
ever.
mm,
She can have it. And if you're not familiar with the Human Centipede series, Google it.
mm-hmm.
Just Google it.
Like it's one of those movies. I always tell you, if you ask me about it, I'm gonna tell you to read the synopsis before you watch it. Like
Yes.
other movies I like, I'll tell you, watch it blindly. Not this
Oh well,
movie.
hold on. See, Chex said it best. Don't do it. They get progressively worse and worse and grosser.
Oh, I know that. Like
So There you go. Chex Mix said it best. But Aranya, that's her style. The more gore,
Mm-hmm.
violence, gruesome, whatever. That's just her. The next one she has told us about before, Chopping Mall.
Oh my God.
So go ahead, boss. Go ahead, boss.
I've
Inform us.
seen this movie a few times. More than twice, less than five. I'm gonna say that. So Chopping Mall is one of those. It's a horror movie from I think the late 70s, early to mid 80s. You watch it and it's funny as hell. Like it's
Mhm.
essentially the premise is there's too much crime, people stealing too much. We now have there's these robot security guards in this mall protecting everything. And after a certain time, they basically just like they have weapons on them. Why these robots have weapons to guard a mall? And I mean lasers that kill,
Oh,
blades.
rewind. I thought the crime, everything was happening in the mall.
Yeah,
It's just
everything is happening.
period.
No. I think if I remember right, it's just it was to stop crime from happening in the mall.
Uh-huh.
Like these robots never go outside. They
No,
stay
no,
in
no,
the
no, no.
mall.
I'm talking about the first part you said about it. There was just so much crime and theft. That was just in the world in general.
I think that was the announcement at the very beginning of the movie when they were introducing the robot. Like I think it
Okay.
was like either the police or something were talking about crime and shit, and they were like, "This is going to help security at the mall." It's like, okay, why do these robots have such deadly weaponry? Like, like these were military machines, and so and these people that work at like I think a couple of the stores.
Hmm.
I think it's New Year's or something. I don't know. They just stay and like we gonna hide and then we gonna party all night in the mall because we got
Okay.
keys to a few stores. Like we go party, we go drink, we go do drugs, all that, 80s
Yeah.
teenager stuff.
80s.
And then I think something happens with these robots to where they malfunction and they see these kids and they just start picking them off one by one. And they don't do it secretly. These robots are loud. This is and it's not consistent. Like the lasers hit one person and this person explodes. These lasers are hitting like foundations, columns, and stores in the mall, and stuff is exploding. Later on in the movie, they light up this one teenage girl with lasers, and she just gets like it's like bullet wounds, and she falls to the ground. So it's not consistent.
Yeah, that's very inconsistent.
But it's one of those. It's so bad, it's funny because why is this a thing? And also, the poster makes no sense. If I remember right, the poster makes no sense. It's like this human with like on the poster, and like it's supposed to make you think like there's a human killer, but it's all
Hmm.
robots. Like, and they don't even look like robots or like humans. They look like these giant trash cans. It's like it's just
And
it
at
is
and at any crime, they supposed to just
right. Like anything they see, they're just like the robots at first are just supposed to be like, hey, stop what you're doing, like follow us to the security. Like, it ain't nobody gonna listen to that. Like, you can't restrain me, do nothing. But I think it's a storm or something. But these
mhm.
robots malfunction and they see these kids are like, you're trespassing, and they start counting. And then like kids don't listen. Blah blah blah. Kids are dead.
I like that. Blah blah. Now, this is the other question I have with this movie because you've seen it.
Yeah.
Why stay at the mall though? Like I understand you work there.
I don't know. Here's the
Like it's new.
thing.
Like why stay at the mall?
Here's the thing. They hide out in the stores they work in
Uh,
past closing, and then they just all convene inside the mall to just drink, have sex, and party. But they don't really go to any of the other stores to get supplies for their party and it's maybe 4, 5, 6 people. And so they brought all the stuff that they were going to use to party with inside the mall. You could have did this outside at a house, a hotel, something. Like you just did this for the venue, and you didn't even use the venue. So it's got a lot of things wrong with it, but it's funny. Like
another one Aranya has, movie came out in 87, House 2.
Oh my goodness.
And when I was kind of looking into it,
those are some absurd movies. I don't know if it's the first one or if it's the second one. I think a piano eats a girl.
Huh?
Yeah, it's either the first one or the second House movie. A piano swallows a woman.
On some Super Mario 64 shit?
Like, hold on, let me look this up. Hold on.
I didn't hear that correctly. I know he didn't just say a piano ate a person.
Yeah, that's the first movie. Okay, from 77. Piano eats a person. So, so that lets you know what kind of shit you were going to be getting into if you watch the second one.
Okay. But yeah, House 2. Another movie she put, The Visit.
Oh my goodness. That is one I'm going to tell you. If anybody's interested, watch that movie blind. I'm not going to give too much away. I'm just going to give you a brief thing of the synopsis. Two kids, a brother and a sister, are dropped off at a train station by their mother to go visit her estranged parents.
Oh, I remember that movie. I haven't seen it, but okay.
Right. The mother fell out with her parents long ago due to her marrying some dude. They trying to rekindle everything, but the mother has to work for business. Drops them off to stay like the weekend or a week with the grandparents.
Okay.
They go there. Strange shit starts happening. Watch this movie because I know why she put it in here, because there's one particular scene towards the end that you just like, I would rather die. The death toll in this movie is one of the lowest you'll ever see in a horror movie. But there is a scene where something happens to one of the people, and it's just like, I would rather you kill me. Like that, because after that, I'm killing everybody I see. Because there will be no witnesses. And that's all I'm saying.
And the last movie she put, excuse me, The Boy. The Boy.
The first one?
No, she just put The Boy. So I'm assuming the first one.
Here's the thing. I liked the first one. The second one, I hated. Okay. And I understand why people hated the first one. Because the way it sold you was like, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, it's like this ghost story. Like if you remember the trailer, this girl goes to like look after this boy at this old English house.
Yeah.
And then the elderly people that like reside in the house, they leave. And then the boy is a doll.
Yes, I remember that.
The boy is a doll, but somehow this doll keeps moving room to room and shit keeps happening.
I'm out.
You and me both. So I'm gonna give them 5-second spoilers. 5 seconds before I spoil it. So you can mute me or you can click away. So
I'm out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So spoiler alert: the old people that hired the woman to look after the boy, they walk into a pond and drown willingly.
Wait. Time out, coach.
After they hired this girl, introduce her, give her a tour. Like, this is our son. Please look after him. They drive away and then walk into an ocean, a pond, hand in hand, and unalive themselves happily. And then I'm sitting here watching this because I think me and Erana watched it together. I'm watching this like, what is happening? Shit still happening at the house. Fast forward to the end, the abusive boyfriend, husband of the girl hired to watch the boy, finds her, finds the house, and starts like you coming home, blah, 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 blah. All of a sudden, wait, what's happening? Then they start hearing like shit starts happening in the house, and you start seeing the walls shake, and then you start hearing things in the wall. And then this whole this grown ass man, mid to late 20s, steps out of the hole in the wall with the mask of the doll and proceeds to beat the abusive dude to death and tries to get the woman. Turns out this doll, I jumped ahead a little too far, but this doll she was hired to look after was basically the surrogate for that old couple's son who drowned years ago. Turns out the boy has never been dead. Couple knew it. He was just hiding in the walls. They were feeding him and shit. And so that's how the doll would end up moving room to room. He would come out and quickly move the doll when she wasn't looking. So his passages through the house.
Flag on the plate. Flag on the plate. I'm out.
But yeah, and like people apparently did like that twist. I did. But in the second one, they basically retconned it to where that boy never existed, that person in the wall never existed. It was entirely a ghost spirit story.
Boo.
And I was like, man, that shit's stupid.
Boo. Why would you retcon it?
Right.
Boo.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, those were Erancita's picks. Now you're going to have Boss and I. I'm going to let Boss go first. Give us his first movie along with a reason why you fucks with said movie.
Okay. First up, anybody who's my age, who's into nerdy shit, geeky shit, all that, if you're a millennial or if you're even older than millennials, you remember Masters of the Universe.
Okay.
You've seen it once or twice. You were like, and I don't mean the cartoon with He-Man. I mean the live action movie with Dolph Lundgren.
With this boy Dolph. If he dies, he dies. London.
This movie was terrible. Terrible. But let me tell you, every time we went to Blockbuster, if I could get 2 movies, it was 1. I loved this movie as a kid.
What about the movie that was just like? What about the movie that you love so much, especially to where you want to keep constantly renting it?
I was a fan of He-Man. I wasn't I wasn't a fan of He-Man as much as I was G.I. Joe or Ninja Turtles, but I loved He-Man. And like I was just like, this is He-Man in live action. It doesn't get any better. Like you. Like, like when you get older, you recognize shit for what it is. That shit is terrible. But for the time, like we all thought the original Street Fighter movie was good at one point.
Yeah.
The same thing with the Mortal Kombat movies.
Yes.
Like through rose-colored lenses, that movie was great when you were young. Now, it's just horrible. But it was the fighting, the effects. Skeletor looked like Skeletor. Like it was just great, man. Yes. That movie.
Okay. So the first movie, I'm saying I'm throwing it on the table at the gate. Like the Big Six and dominoes, like the big ace and spades. I'm throwing it at the
Don't do it.
Street Fighter.
The one I just mentioned.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, Raul Julia, Kylie Minogue, and all them others. Miguel Nunez, Street Fighter. I don't give a shit what anybody say. Street Fighter.
I'll say this. That movie is better than the other Street Fighters after it.
Bam. And let's talk about the game as well. That Street Fighter movie game, it was horrible, but it was great.
That shit was so horrible because it had a character in there that never reappeared. Like that was
reappeared. Street Fighter was the bee's knees. And Aranya jumped in after we'd already talked about all her movies, so I hope we gave her movies great descriptions. Yeah. But Street Fighter, what up to Taiki B as well? Let's talk about it. Look here.
Rest in peace, Raul Julia.
Look here.
AKA Gomez Adams. Look,
Speaking
I'm here with you. I'm here with you. I see the vision because back when we had that cable company that had the 20-foot tall antennas on the roofs and you had the number pad on top of the box, I pay-per-viewed that movie without my parents' permission, like good 6 to 7 times. So
Taiki B and I watched that movie so much and had pure enjoyment. Street Fighter, of course, it's based on the Street Fighter video game. It ain't have shit to do with the video game other than the characters.
No.
Other than the characters.
They got so many character stories mixed up and shit. This had Kylie Minogue in it before she did her pop song run. Like this.
Street how you got Jean-Claude Van Damme, who's not even American?
Not even American, no.
Who played the all-American Guile?
He played Gwilly like a Dutchman.
Gwilly. Street Fighter was amazing. It is still amazing to me. And they even now, for those who had watched that Chung-Li movie, that old girl from Smallville was in,
Kristen
that
Crook.
movie was trash.
Kristen Crook.
That movie was ass. Hold on, tell me why I had to search the game to make sure it wasn't a fever dream. Oh no, because it only came out on Sega Saturn.
Right. It came out in a realm of fighting games after Mortal Kombat was the last one to do that live action animated people as the characters. And it looked horrible.
Yes. And like Boss said, they had a character in it that you was like, whomps is this?
Whomps. Never appeared in a Street Fighter game before or after.
Then they even had Akuma in the game, and it was like he wasn't even in the movie.
Wasn't even in the movie. And that original character wasn't in the movie either. Like, what is this?
But yeah, Street Fighter. Go ahead, Boss. Hit us with your next one.
Okay.
Yes,
my next one.
You could fight as Miguel Munez. Yes, you could.
My next one is to piggyback off you. May he rest in peace.
Okay.
Sir Bob Hoskins as Mario in the Super Mario Brothers movie. Look, look. Everybody who's a gamer went and saw that Mario movie last year and loved it.
Yes.
That movie from the 80s, you loved it as a kid. But if you watched 90s, was it?
Yeah, it was 90s.
Look, you watched it recently? Oh, you there's a lot wrong with that movie. So, like, what was it? Dennis Hopper as
Dennis Hopper as King Cooper, John Leguizamo as
Luigi Mario. Like, and that was the wildest explanation, and also the one that made sense as to how they were the Mario brothers. No, their last name is Mario. We have Mario and Luigi Mario. They get pulled into the Mushroom Kingdom that looks like a dystopian.
The movie came out in 93.
93. Looked like a hellscape. It was wet. It was nasty. Like
that's a hellscape.
Like Mushroom Kingdom didn't look anything like any of the Mario games that portrayed it. And like the Goombas were all 12 foot tall, tiny heads with red trench coats. Like, yeah, we were about 6 around you. So, Scoop might have been 7.
93.
I was a good 6. So
93, I would have been 6 going on 7 in 93.
And I remember they had Yoshi in there chained up.
Look, I can be disagree with you.
Look, they had the Super Scope in the movie as the weapons that they were giving the Goombas that they were going to take over the world with.
Yep.
And then they had that wind up a bomb scene where that thing walked 6 country miles and then up a wall and on the ceiling to blow up King Koopa.
Bam. Because you know why you remember it? Because it's like a memory being triggered with
Right.
other people. It's not one of those weird Mandela effects that only you remember. No, a lot of people remember this movie.
Remember that movie, man.
No. Can we talk about the body rocking scene?
Get on the floor.
How
Everybody
they had
wants
all
to
the Goombas
dinosaur.
just
Like, yes, just
so they could sneak past them.
right.
Yep, it was John Leguizamo. Yep, John Leguizamo, Bob Hoskins, and Dennis Hopper.
And the woman that played Peach, she appeared in some other little fun movies.
Oh,
after
let me look up who played her while you keep talking.
But yeah, man, that movie. And I remember I wanted a sequel to that movie so bad, but it was.
I think we all did.
It was horrible, man. like it was.
Let's see. The cast. Let's see. The woman who played Peach was.
I think her name was Daisy in the movie.
Daisy.
Yeah, Daisy.
It was Samantha Mathis.
Yes, Samantha Mathis. Okay.
And she played in. Hold on. She was in Broken Arrow. She was in Punisher. She was in Fern Gully.
Yep.
American Psycho. Pet Cemetery Bloodlines recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Like,
my next movie that Boss happened to mention. Yeah, he said it. Mortal Kombat. Yep. Not the second one. Not the second one. Because Nico, Planet Nico, shouts out to him, and Boss was recently just talking about that on stream. Not the second movie. That second movie, Annihilation, was trash.
Ass. Here's the thing. I saw that in the theaters with my dad.
But the first one? The first one felt like, what could be better than this?
Right. Like, and here's the thing. To this day, and all from then to now, I don't think there's a video game movie adapted from a video game that ever gave us a cooler scene than when Scorpion and Sub-Zero walked out that door.
Oh my God, yes.
And that music was playing, and they were ready to fight.
Put this way. This might be controversial for me to say this. I prefer that Mortal Kombat movie than the one that came out a few years back. Yeah, I said.
Really?
I said it. I said it.
Okay. Like,
too bad you die.
Like, your soul is mine. No, you will be next. Like, that movie was quotable, man.
There you go. It's definitely better than 2021. He put definitely. Thank you, Taiki B, for co-signing. Yes, Christopher Lambert is Raiden, which okay. Robbie Shue as Liu Kang, perfect casting. Forgive me for not knowing the actors who played Shang Tsung off bat. Perfect casting. Yes. You had
old dude who played Johnny Cage,
who played
perfect.
Sonya.
Old girl that played Sonya. I don't think I've seen her in anything after that, really.
Oh my gosh, I forgot her name. Bridget Wilson. Thank you, Mike. Bridget Wilson and Sonya. Yes. Oh my God, Mortal Kombat. And to just describe it, see, hard eyes. Yes, Bridget Wilson was that chick. She was definitely that
can
chick
we talk
in the
about
90s.
How cold my main was in this movie? Like they were like, everybody was on the island. He was like demonstration. Sub-Zero walked out there, just got that stance, and that little hooded dude came out there. He started,
he just catch this right quick.
Sub-Zero was like, he was like, all right, hold this.
No. One of the best examples, I recently saw a guy who did like a reaction because he was talking about, because like he was, he green screened it and he was like, oh yeah, we in this tournament? Okay, yeah, let's do this. Wait, did he just freeze that dude? Wait.
Exactly.
Wait, y'all got powers? Wait.
I thought this was Mortal Kombat. Like, and to this day, That's one of the main reasons why I understand Stryker had a gun. I was like, oh, y'all ain't about to freeze
No,
me.
no.
You know,
Think of the fear. Think of the true legit fear that first Mortal Kombat movie produced with Scorpion Spear. Because before we just thought it was a spear.
We
Nah,
thought it
they
was a
made this
spear he
shit
threw.
sentient
That thing had a bird's face and it came out his palm, and that
and
thing chased
history.
Johnny Cage all over that forest. Man, because let me tell you, that way that boy was running around them trees, I'd have been huffing and puffing.
Yes. I'll be like, you know what? I'm not running no more.
Right.
I'm not running no more. You got me, big dog. Go ahead. I'm waiting. You got me. But all right, boss. Hold on. Orion laughed at your bird face cover.
Bird face. Look, man, that thing came out his hand and screamed with his little tongue. Fuck that little thing.
Hold on. Y'all remember Art Ling?
Yeah, the black dude who got his ass whooped by Goro.
Oh yeah. Hey, he tried though.
He tried.
He tried though. He tried though. Once again, he got signed up for the wrong tournament.
He usually signed up for the wrong tournament,
Got
man.
signed up for the wrong tournament. But all right, boss. What's your next one?
Erana, this is going to be another memory unlocker for people. Erana might like this one. Sir Stephen King, arguably the greatest horror writer ever.
Okay.
Had a movie in the 90s with that boy Emilio Estevez.
Okay. Emilio?
If I can say the name, you probably won't even get a scene from the movie. Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, I heard of it. Never seen it.
If you don't know what the movie I'm talking about, just picture an 18-wheeler with the face of Spider-Man's villain Green Goblin on the front of it.
Okay.
In this world, so I don't remember what, I think it was either a comet or something flew over the Earth, and all the cars and vehicles, motorized vehicles in the world became sentient and started killing people, running them over. And I don't think it was just cars. I think it was machines too, because a Coke machine killed Stephen King in the movie.
There she goes. She co-signed. Wait. Did you say a Coke machine?
A Coke machine.
Stephen
King went to the Coke machine, put in money to get a Coke, and it wouldn't give him nothing. So he kneeled down. It shot one out, hit him in the crotch. His face became level with where it dropped the sodas, and then it shot out a few more, and it clacked him in the face, and he was dead. And this movie had so many vehicles killing people. A steamroller went to a Little League baseball game and ran over kids. And I mean, they showed it too. Their steamroller just this kid was on his bike and got tripped up, and he got his legs caught, and the steamroller went right over him, and it just showed the camera rolling over the kid, and the kid was like, "Oh no!"
Oh my god! No, I got a kid getting steamrolled.
Yeah, it was the whole premise of the movie after that was a bunch of people just at this diner, trying to just hide inside while the cars and shit just rolled around outside. And if you went out there, they tried to kill you. And so it was, and the machines were so sentient because they were driving all the time. They were like, all right, we'll let one. I don't remember what they gave. They couldn't speak, but they made something to where they let one of the humans come out and fill them up with gas. And it was like, all right, we'll give you a little bit of reprieve. I don't remember what they gave them, but they convinced the humans to put gas in them. Because let me tell you what I would have done. I'm just going to let you run out.
Especially for your car.
Right. And so, but yeah, horrible movie. But fun and funny.
My next one, and I'm glad Taiki B is here too, because you can't tell me shit negative about Double Dragon.
Damn.
Double Dragon was the business. One of my favorite people of all time, Mark Damascus, was in there. Mm-hmm. What? The movie came out in 94. That movie turns Oh my God, that movie turns 30 this year. Yeah. You had Mark Damascus, you had Scott Wolf, Alyssa Milano, though, Robert Patrick, Double Dragon. Hey, when Alyssa Milano hit old girl with that stiff uppercut at the end, game over. Game over. But Double Dragon was that movie. I don't care what anybody say. Anybody say.
Mm-hmm.
What's your next one, boss?
I'm gonna do a throwback, and this one is a musical, but
Whoop, I'm out.
no. I'm throwing it way back, and this is probably one of the earliest adaptations on here. The live action Popeye with Robin Williams.
Really? Okay.
Love that movie.
Okay.
A lot of things because everybody who's my age up and maybe just a little bit younger remembers watching Popeye cartoons, whether
Yeah.
you liked them or not, but you remember them. And so everything you liked about the Popeye cartoons from the characters with like Popeye, his dad, Bluto, Wimpy, Olive Oil, like, everybody from the cartoons except maybe his three nephews were in this movie. And Robin Williams played a damn good Popeye. Like,
Popeye the Sailor Man.
yes, and it was just the epitome of adapting that cartoon to live action, and I enjoyed it. It's just fun. Like when he finally, because like when he starts to like throughout the whole movie, hates spinach, doesn't like it. Remembers his dad trying to get him to eat it, but because he wouldn't eat it, his dad orphaned him. It was like he went to get milk and never came back. Like
Damn, imagine getting orphaned because you don't like spinach.
it's because you don't like spinach. But yeah, man, that movie was just fun. And it's a musical. I think it has like 3, maybe 4 songs in it. But
Okay.
yeah, it's good.
All right. So this next movie, let's harken back 31 years ago to 1993, where you had Ernie Reyes Sr., Ernie Reyes Jr., Rob Schneider, Leslie Nielsen, Kelly Hu, and that boy Tom Loke starring in one of the greatest movies of all time, Surf Ninjas. Oh my God.
Hold on.
The amount of hours Taiki B and I put into Surf Ninjas. I cannot tell you how many times I've truly seen this movie, if I'm truly being honest with y'all. I cannot truly tell y'all how many times I legit seen Surf Ninjas. Well, Taiki B and I seen Surf Ninjas. It did. You had ba 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 ba
Rain.
ba 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 ba
Rain.
Moto Surf.
Moto Surf. Like,
Moto Surf. Put it this way. Because of that movie with Rob Schneider, he's the reason why I tried chives. Because he wanted chives in his eggs.
it
And I was
chives in
like,
his
ooh,
eggs.
what are chives? I don't want to try chives. That lets you know how influential that movie was. I had chives because of that movie.
I
I
was over here
really
looking
wanted
for
a
the
Game
DVD
Gear.
case because I got it right here somewhere. Damn
I
it.
wanted a Game Gear because of that movie.
Battery lasting six business minutes. Like this.
Surf Ninjas. For those who don't know what Surf Ninjas is, it was about 2 brothers and their friend living with their dad in a sense, and they was living life in Cali, and all of a sudden things got real when I can't remember his name. And hold on, let me remember his name. Colonel Chief, which is hilarious. Colonel Chief paid exactly. I had chives because of that movie. Scoop. Colonel Chief played by Leslie Nielsen, which is still the funniest shit.
Right.
sent warriors to go after the kids for
And
reasons,
kill them brothers.
and you find out why they was heirs. Amazing fucking,
Mhm.
amazing fucking movie.
And fun fact about that movie: Scoop, move the belt a little bit. Move the belt a little bit.
What's up?
Like move. Ernie Reyes Jr. played Michelangelo in the
Yep,
live-action Ninja Turtles movies.
yep.
So, like, that movie is so good. It is the epitome. It is up there on the Rushmore of just 90s, late 80s cheese and fun and absurdity. Because these
Absurdity.
ninjas were the most unninjury ninjas like to ever try
Except
to
for Ernie
kill kids,
Reyes Jr.
except Ernie Reyes Jr. and Sr. But the ones sent to kill them, these boys were in black and blue, bright camouflage, hiding in water trying to spearfish these boys. Couldn't
Yes,
hide from nothing.
they was getting
Like,
ran over by surfboards, man.
right. They was getting, look, like what he got knocked out completely by a surfboard. Like these were incompetent buffoons. And it was
Then,
fun.
then what made it so amazing? Tom Loke was a detective who got
Yes.
mixed up in it and was like, "Well, hey, if y'all going here, then I'm going with y'all." And it was like, "Sir, don't you need to
Right.
tell your job first?
Like, you ain't got the PTO time for this.
You gonna just leave? You gonna just leave? We'll just okay, cool."
We ain't even gonna talk about when they knocked on that big fella down them
Oh my god!
2000 stairs twice. And on the third
No,
time, he was
no, no,
like, you
no,
know what?
no. The second time was voluntarily.
It's like, yeah, he was like, and he just rolled down himself.
The second time they was like, "Hey, y'all lost," and he was like, "Word, all right, oh, but all right, boss, go ahead and hit us with your next one."
uh this one is very recent.
Okay,
Me and Aranya saw this together. It is the Happy Time Murders.
okay,
If you have not heard of this,
I've heard of it, still never seen it.
it is one of the funniest movies you will probably see that came out in the last 10 years. It is essentially what would happen if somebody who is deranged got a hold of the Muppets and made an R-rated movie. That's essentially that's essentially it. Me and Aranya saw this in the theaters, and from beginning to end, were howling in laughter. Like one scene in particular, because it stars what's her name? Um like the something McCarthy, like
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy. She's one of the detectives in there. But there's one particular scene where me and Aranya were choking on laughter. They had went out into the boonies, just this desert area, looking for like these people that were missing. And they like when they pull up on this like trailer, they hear screaming, just this otherworldly like animal, like horror movie screaming. They get and it happens like every few seconds to a minute. They get inside the trailer, they get in this back room. Is one of these inbred Muppet children staring in a mirror with one eye, just screaming at the top of his lungs. He turns to look at them in the door, screams again, goes quiet, turns back to the mirror, and starts screaming again. Nothing wrong with him, except
Just
he's a
screaming.
little bit damaged in the hand.
Just screaming.
Just screaming. And me and Rania were in tears, fam. Like, because like the characters were like, what is that sound? It's horrifying. Like, and then we just see this Muppet child just screaming. But like, man, it had a pretty good story. It was essentially about these characters from a TV show, like in the 80s called the Happy Time Show or something like that, were one by one getting killed off, and these two detectives, Melissa McCarthy, the live human, and the other detective was a Muppet, solving these murders. And it was just, it's hilarious. If you get a chance to see it, go watch it, man, because you will laugh like a lot.
All right, so my next film, I talk about this movie a lot. It's possibly my favorite horror movie of all time. I've put in many. I was watching this. I've mentioned it so many times. Peter Jackson's The Frighteners, starring
Love it,
Michael
Liz.
J. Fox, Trini Alvarado, Jake Busey, Dee Wallace, Jeffrey Combs, T. McBride. I love this film. It is just, I don't know what it was. Maybe because I'm a huge Michael J. Fox fan. I don't know what, but I love The Frighteners so much.
Love the
And
fight. Yeah.
just for overview, Michael J. Fox played a former architect. Look, hold on. He said it best. We wore that shit out. We did. He was a former architect, Frank Bannister. He passed himself out as an exorcist because he could see ghosts and everything. And he would use his ghost homies to help him pull off these cons. But then there was a ghost out there who was really starting to murk people, and they had to figure out who. And I don't want to give you all the spoilers, but I don't know if it's streaming on anything. I don't know where you can even watch The Frighteners to this day. But that movie came out in 96. 96, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Well, damn. The Frighteners. 96, really? I was 10 when that came out?
Well, you got to think like that was one of Michael J's last roles.
One of few before,
Right,
I think it was before Spin City.
right, yeah, like he ain't gone, everybody, but that was
Yeah,
like before
it
the
was
disease
before his
started,
Parkinson's.
before the disease
Truly,
started acting its ass. Yeah,
yeah.
so
But
uh,
I love, so Aranya, he was 16 when The Frighteners came out.
mm.
So there you go. But boss, what you got for your next one?
This one is from the early 2000s. It is probably one of the most perfectly cast movies in
Oh,
history.
perfectly cast. Okay.
Perfectly cast.
It is
You can
still
look.
considered one of the bad movies?
You could, when I say the name, you'll be like, you can see why it was considered
Okay.
bad, but you will see why a lot of people love it too. But one of the most perfectly cast movies where every character captured what that character was supposed to be. And that movie is the first live action Scooby-Doo movie. Freddie Prinze Jr. as Fred, Sarah Michelle Gellar as Daphne, Linda Cardellini as Velma, Matthew Lillard as Shaggy, who played Shaggy so fucking well. He was Shaggy in every animated thing after that
He was
until
Shaggy
about
up
3
until like
years ago.
now.
Right. Till like maybe a year or two ago. He
Hell,
was Shaggy in everything.
if they wouldn't made Shaggy black in Velma, he probably would have been Shaggy.
He would have been Shaggy in that. But like in every different animated show
Or
that came out
Norville.
after that movie, he was Shaggy. In every animated movie he came out with, he was Shaggy. He could like that movie was so perfectly casted. Had Rowan Atkinson in it. Had Isla Fisher in it.
I never saw the second one.
That one it's still pretty good, but like had one of the craziest twists in the early 2000s.
They did.
Like I don't care who you are, you didn't see that movie coming, and that was written by James Gunn. So, movie is just phenomenal, man. Like it is everything that Scooby-Doo live action should be. Like they made like jokes that like only adults would get, like to everything. Like when they were on the plane and Isla Fisher's character comes up there, is like, "Hi, I married Jane," and Shaggy's like, "That's like my favorite name." Or like when after they break up, Scooby and Shaggy are in the mystery machine. It's just pouring smoke out the windows. And it's like, oh, yeah, because we know the longest thing about them characters is that they were stoners. Now, them boys is in there with a griddle cooking breakfast.
Cooking it up. Cooking it up.
Like that movie is just so fun, man. And love that movie.
Now, my next movie, one line describes the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't make the face nor the voice, but I am the law.
No,
Judge
really?
Dredd, baby. The original Judge Dredd. Yes, sir. Let's go. Judge Dredd. What?
Goodness.
I put in many hours watching Judge Dredd.
And Rob Schneider got that role because of Surf Ninjas. Like,
And it's 2 movies I had Rob Schneider in. Oh shit. Judge Dredd came out in 95. You had Sylvester Stallone as character Judge Dredd. Rob Schneider played a criminal. You had Diane Lane, Armand Asante as Rico. That boy Rico. Yes. Judge Dredd was my shit. And Judge Dredd essentially is about the judges are the new police force in this futuristic. It's a little apropos to today, right? But they're basically judge, jury, and executioner. So like there was one scene where dude had a parking ticket, and they was just like, "Well, fuck it, we're gonna just blow your car up." And it was like, damn, like you couldn't just tell them to move it. Like, you have to. And Stallone's character, he gets mixed up as a murderer, and he has to prove his innocence. And
think about the absurdity of that right there.
Yes.
In a world where the judges are judge, jury, and executioner can kill
the judges are the cops.
He is in trouble for killing.
Yes. Yes. And Rob Schneider becomes like his little buddy that tries to help exonerate him. And yes, that the line I said in the beginning encapsulates the whole movie. I am the law.
And Stallone always said it when he had that heart attack lip. That just like that lip would slink in the corner, just a little bit lower than the rest of his mouth. Like everybody who's seen a Stallone movie knows what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah. Motherfucking Judge Dredd. Yeah, I said, now don't get me wrong. Dredd with Carl Urban, chef's kiss.
Right.
I'm mad that that movie did not get the true praise it deserves. But Judge Dredd back in 95, though? Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
Boss, what you got for us?
I'm going to say one of the best video game movies ever made. Is probably one of the worst viewed movies ever.
Okay.
But it's also the best Adam Sandler movie without Adam Sandler. And that is Grandma's Boy.
Okay.
Yeah. Love Grandma's Boy. And the reason that is a video game movie is because it's about a bunch of characters working at a video game company, testing and developing this video game. And a young, very fat Jonah Hill in it. Right? Like, if you've seen this movie, you cannot help but love it. It is a Adam Sandler movie that does not have Adam Sandler in it. And it is just amazing. Like every time he goes to get weed from his dealer, this dude is always trying to sell him some of this new shit he concocted. And something weird is happening at this dude's house. He done got a lion as a guard dog. Why?
Why not?
And then the lion gets out and he's on the news talking about, yeah, man, some somebody had a lion and it got out. And I was like, whoa, there's a lion, bro. Like, it's just, then he had a chimp who learned karate. Come on, fam. This movie was insanely funny. Also starring Linda Cardellini. And
See, there you go. Boom. Double Lindas right there.
Right.
Double
And
Lindas.
then the villain of the movie was this dude named JP, who was supposed to be like this Cliff Blazinski type genius developer who was always speaking and walking like a robot, but dressed like Neo from the Matrix. Like, the movie is so, it just had, oh man. And who was his grandma? The woman that played his grandma.
Hold on, I got you. Hold on.
She played Raymond's mother, and everybody loves Raymond. She's
I know the actress. I can't think of her name. It is. Oh my gosh, hurry up. Doris Roberts.
Doris Roberts, may she rest in peace. She was one of the best movie grandmas ever. Like,
yes. Yes.
So, if you have not
Taki
seen,
was already on it. Taki was on it.
Doris, yes. If you have not seen Grandma's Boy, and as Erana stated, one of her faves, go watch that movie. It is amazing. It is funny.
And you know who else was in Grandma's Boy too? Rob Schneider.
Was he?
Yep. He played Yuri.
That's right.
Hey, this next one for me is kind of a cheat, but I don't care. The Fast and Furious franchise, all of them.
Wait a minute.
Too Fast, Too Furious being the greatest one of all time. Too Fast, Too Furious. What other movie have you seen with these two most memorable lines? Don't forget about it, cuz. And ejectocito, cuz. Hey, bro, I love this butt.
I want to know all these movies together, because you just said the Fast Saga.
All of them.
How are people considering all these movies bad though?
Because you know what it is? For some reason, because take Fast 10. Too many people keep going into these movies with realism. And it's like, what about the Fast 6? Fast 6.
Look, hey.
Fast and Furious 6.
Hey, look, Taiki, you not too far from me. I think Fast 5 is the best one. The Fast 5 is the best one. The one where The Rock first comes into play.
Everybody who's in the franchise now, minus The Rock and Natalie Emmanuel and a couple others, were introduced into Fast Too Furious. Everybody. But the thing is that people keep going into these movies expecting realism. And it's like, what part of realism are y'all? These movies started off as street racers who were stealing from trucks. I mean, come on now. Then they became international spies.
But no, that's the thing. That's why 5 is my favorite, because that's the one that started with the absurdity. When they were driving with the safe throughout Rio de Janeiro. Come on, fam.
Hey, Fast 10. Aranya and I went to go see Fast 10. The excitement that was just pulsating through me in Fast 10, like I was a kid again. And then, spoiler alert, I don't care. But then, of course, they brought back Gal Gadot's character, which, of course, in Fast and the Furious saga, if you don't see a body, they ain't dead. And then they brought The Rock back. They brought that boy Will Hobbs back. Wait. Once again, if you don't see a body, they ain't dead. Jacob Toretto is still alive. John Cena is not. Now, come on. What other movie franchise where they got Vin Diesel, John Cena, and Jordana Brewster as siblings? They're not adopted. They're legit siblings.
A wrestling white man, an Italian half brown man, and a brown white Latina woman. Like it's just I can't
And
tell with
they're
Jordana
legit
Brewster.
siblings.
Legit siblings. And like, I'll say this about the whole saga: they are fun.
Yes, they are
They are
fun.
fun.
They
Worst
are
movie in all the saga is number 4. That's
two. Too fast, too furious.
worst is 4. I think everybody agree with that. Worst is 4.
I still think Tokyo Drift.
Do you even remember 4?
Yes,
The one with just a straightaway race in the
yes,
underground drug tunnels?
yes. Yo, Cena was amazing. Cena. So, so look. Let me tell you how amazing the Fast movies was. Cena spent the whole Fast 9 trying to kill Dominic Toretto.
Uh-huh.
Then, after he got that talk no
The
jitsu
jutsu.
Naruto style, he joins the family, completely turns into a whole nother character. He was with his little nephew the whole 10, and he was like, yeah, we gonna do this. It was like, wait, this ain't the same dude who was in 9.
No, now he
And
driving a
then,
hatchback with a rocket on it. Like
and then, like Taiki B just said, what encapsulates the whole movie? Bam,
oh God.
bam. Because it's all about bam. You got Jason. Look, okay, let's just run this down. You have Vin Diesel, The Rock, John Cena, Jason Momoa, Natalie Emanuel, Tyrese, Ludacris, Son Kane,
Mhm.
Jason Statham, uh, uh, Charlize Theron, Michelle Rodriguez, though,
Mhm.
Jordana Brewster, and these are just the people who are currently still alive in the franchise. You've also had Luke Evans, who's still alive, because he's funny enough. You got Luke Evans playing the little brother to Jason Statham. I mean, hilarious. You had Laz Alonso in the films. You had who has been in the movies? Uh in the spinoff, you had that boy Idris Elba. You had the other um Shaw sibling, which she still needs to be reintroduced back into the franchise. I mean,
Helen Mirren.
thank you, Mike. Helen Mirren. Helen,
Mhm.
I mean, look at the talent these movies house. Then you talking about you had Lucas back, Black and Bow Wow. I mean, the Fast and Furious franchise, God, my God, with the Fast and Furious franchise. Then in Fast 10, you had a full-on girl fight with Charlize Cypher and Michelle's Letty. They was beating the shit out of each other. And yes, Hobbs and Shaw was definitely the most absurd.
Mhm.
Even though it was Kurt Russell was in the franchise. Where's Cole Hauser? Where's Cole Hauser?
You know what would be insanely funny
Where's Cole
if they
Hauser?
bring Kurt Russell's children into the franchise.
Why not? Why not?
Wyatt Russell and just,
Yes, Gina Carano and Michelle Rodriguez did have a good fight in that subway. You had Ronda Rousey made an appearance. I mean, Brie Larson is in 10. The guy who plays Jack Reacher right now, I can't think of his name. He's in the franchise.
oh
I
no.
mean, come on, how can you not love the Fast franchise?
Somebody go get Luffy to push Ranya back into her hole. Like this is like,
She about to be on demon mode. And like he said, Brie is an Oscar winner.
an Oscar winner.
11 movies. 11. Stop hating, boss.
my
Give us
next
your
one.
next one.
My next one. Everybody has probably seen it. And I'm gonna make a hot take
Okay.
because
Hold on,
of
hold on. Before you finish,
uh-huh.
they went to space.
They did go to space. with duct tape. So, even though NASA uses duct tape. But anyway, this is going to be a hot take for some.
Okay.
The best movie in this man's entire cinema catalog.
Okay. Okay.
Bruce Willis in The Fifth Element.
Wait. Fifth Element is considered a bad movie?
By many people.
Really?
by many people. You could even just look up reviews. This movie got trashed when it came out.
I did not know Fifth Element was considered a bad movie.
It got trashed when it came out.
Oh.
Like, from the nonsensical just story to Chris Tucker's role, which I'll say this to this day. Other than the Rush Hour movies, this is Chris Tucker's best role. Like, he played Ruby Rhod to perfection. This is my favorite Bruce Willis movie, even over the original Die Hard and With a Vengeance.
With a Vengeance would be my favorite Bruce Willis movie. And I don't know if Die Hard with a Vengeance is considered a bad movie, put it on the list. Because Die Hard with a Vengeance is the best Die Hard.
And we ain't even going to talk about that boy, Sir Gary Oldman, playing another one of the most unhinged villains.
Hey, I'm going to say this right now. I don't know if it's out there in the atmosphere, but at some point, we truly, as a society, we need to recognize Sir Gary Oldman.
Man needs flowers and lots of them. Lots of them.
Like, just send him the whole store.
Because like you can just look at how absurd this movie is by looking at his character's haircut. Like, this man had a plastic wave cap, but his swoop was laid to one side and was banging across his one eye. I love The Fifth Element. Like, from his apartment was getting drive-up McDonald's delivered, was getting noodles and ramen cooked in front of him. Like, it was like Fila under the glass shoes. Like, Fifth Element was so good. Every character in there was just hilarious at what they were doing. Like, even when they got to the point where like everything was happening on the cruise ship, and Chris Tucker's character notices the bomb ticking down, and he's staring at it. And the other little priest guy, the priest runs by him and he grabs him like, he like, what's this? All these numbers. What's this? What's this? All these numbers. Like, the priest looks at him. It's a. No. If it was a bomb, all these hotels have bomb detectors. It would go off with an alarm immediately. Like, this movie is just fun.
I really did not know that they considered that a bad movie.
Look, if you look up reviews or people that don't like it, they hated Chris Tucker's character. They hated the story because the villain of the story was this planet that killed people. When they were in the shootout and the deaf opera singer was hiding under the table and Bruce Willis was like, hey, throw me the gun. He like, yeah, right there, the gun. And he rolled him those two pool table balls at him. And he was like, thank you. Because he can't hear. And he was like, because he was hiding under that table. He wasn't going to do much else. Oh, that movie is awesome, man. Like Mia Jovovich's character, multipass. Like, it is amazing. Even briefly, Erana's oldest crush that we mentioned today was in the first 5 minutes and not in the rest of the movie. Was the dad in the Archie show.
I never watched it.
He was from 90210. Erana will say his name in just a second. What was his name?
Luke Perry?
Luke Perry. I think, Luke Perry. Yeah, that was it. He was in the first 5 minutes of the movie. But yeah, Fifth Element. Love that movie.
All right. So my next one is a 2-for-1 to give you 2 and 1 because they kind of in the same range.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube and Anaconda and LL Cool J and them others in Deep Blue Sea.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So just speak on Anaconda right quick.
We're not gonna fight anymore. We're gonna
Look
pull
here.
ourselves together and we're gonna find a way to get out of here. First, we're gonna seal off this.
Never have I ever seen a man give such a passionate speech.
Passion.
Sam Jackson gave the most passionate speech about survival, and he couldn't even get the word out good and got munched.
That
And
speech
everybody looked at
was
him
up
like,
there.
hmm.
That speech
Everybody
was up
looked
there
like,
with Optimus Prime, Captain America. Great speech. Because it got everybody to shut up and listen. And then all of a sudden that shark was like, "Pooh, oh, that don't mean nothing around here."
I think he did start that trope. I think he was the first one to be in a monologue and got murdered. But okay, since we talked about Deep Blue Sea, we had Michael Rappaport. Second time, what's his name has been in the movie that we mentioned. Oh my God, why can I remember nobody in that movie right now? Hold on.
Stellan Skarsgård, Alexander and them daddy.
You had wait a minute.
I don't even think he
Samuel
died in that movie.
Jackson,
They just left that
Thomas
man down
Jane,
there.
Saffron Burrows, Stellan Skarsgård, LL Cool J, Michael Rappaport.
What
I'm
was it, that
telling you,
bitch that was famous in the 90s? She had that show.
that movie was amazing. That I'm telling you, like Deep Blue Sea was about scientists tinkering with sharks to make them smarter, and they made them too smart. And it was 3 of them. They started fucking people up, and oh boy,
You killed my bird.
and LL Cool J, you killed my bird. You killed. I have never. Hey, this man had the best lighter in society. He was trapped. So LL Cool J was the cook. He was trapped in his oven. He was trapped in the kitchen when the place started flooding. Then the shark came, trapped him in the oven, and turned it on. Luckily, he had a mini axe and was able to cut his way into the second part of the oven, got out, was able to jump out, swim, because the shark got kind of wedged in the oven, took his lighter that's been in water, by the way.
That's been in water, submerged.
Was able to light it because the gas of the oven, he was like, you killed my bird. Ugh, blew the shark up. And yes, that was around the time when us black folks always died in movies.
Always died. At that point, there may have been at most 2 or 3 survivors.
And I listed 2 of them. Well, black folks survived. Because let's talk about Anaconda. Anaconda had me in fear, still in fear, of giant snakes to this day.
Oh yeah, Anaconda came first.
Ice Cube.
So he would have been number 3 because it was Ice Cube, Keith David, Roger, and I think that's it.
Then eventually, you had Rod Digger and 13 Ghosts. You had LL Cool J again because he survived Halloween, so he survived a creature
Busta
feature.
Rhymes,
and Busta Rhymes, Brandy. Hey, kudos to Brandy because she got fucked up, and I still know what you did last summer.
Fucked up.
They didn't even put Jennifer Love Hewitt through what they put Brandy through.
No. Carla.
Yeah, I think it was Carla. Yeah. But yes, Anaconda. See, you knew Anaconda was something because you had black ass hood Ice Cube in the jungle
as a cameraman, do rag and all. He got got bit and wrapped up. I was like, well, he gone.
And I'm gonna say this for any. Yep, Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson. Before I even knew that was Owen Wilson,
Oh
and I'm
yeah,
gonna say this: Jennifer Lopez's best movie. I said it.
I
Besides
agree.
Selena. Besides Selena.
I agree. I agree. That because that was before she started playing all the white women she wanted to be.
Yep. John Voight as the villain. Yep. John Voight got swallowed up and spit out and gave a wink. Like, yeah.
Right. Like he was like, well, I'm
Selena,
dead.
Selena and Anaconda was her only good
It
movies
was
to
her
me. Yeah,
best
I said
work
it.
she's ever done. Best work she's ever
And those
done.
were her first two movies. Well, no, not first two. Within the first batch of movies, because I forgot she was on Money Train and all that.
Right.
But yeah, Selena, Anaconda. That's it. All right, boss. Hold on. Yes.
Exactly, Tyke. Like if you look at all her romantic comedies, it feels like they were written for a white woman. And she just happens to be a Latina who got the part. I ain't mad at her. People love those movies because they kept making them and casting her in them. So, But anyway,
Yeah.
my next movie was late 90s, early 2000s. But I think it released in the wrong time.
Okay.
If it had
Okay.
came out in the last, I would say 1 to 5 years, it would have been eaten up and reviewed so highly. And that is one of my favorite Ben Stiller movies, Mystery Men.
I almost threw this championship.
If you
Facts.
have not seen Mystery Men,
Facts.
this movie came out, what, 20-something years ago, maybe?
Hold on, I got you. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead, keep talking.
But the cast, Ben Stiller, Hank Azaria, Dane Cook, like
99.
Greg Kinnear, 99, Greg Kinnear, like this Jeffrey Rush before
Janine
Pirates of the
Garofalo.
Caribbean, Janine
Paul
Garofalo.
Rubens. May he
Yes.
rest in peace.
Like this movie was a spoof
Hale Mitchell.
Right. Was a spoof of superhero movies before the superhero movie era. That was so good. But because the movies that it was spoofing was few and far between at that time, like it couldn't have been appreciated.
No.
Because think back to 99. That year prior, how many superhero movies do you remember other than the Batman movies and the Superman movies?
That's about it.
Exactly. Like this movie was about superheroes who had powers that were just some of the like most Family Guy type powers you could think of. And I mean, in terms of like Meg, her powers is her nails can grow 5 inches long.
You know what? You know what's the only superhero movie we had in '98?
What?
Blade.
The start, the foundation of the modern superhero movies.
And
right
you had David Hasselhoff's Nick Fury movie that was a TV movie.
Don't mention that shit.
But Blade. Hey.
Yes, man.
Hey. Shout outs to Erana with Blade.
Her favorite movie.
Her favorite.
Mystery Men.
Her favorite vampire.
So
Blade.
good,
Big
man.
Blade.
It's like I look like these like nobodies in the superhero community of that world went to go save Greg Kinnear's Captain Amazing or Mazo or something like that.
Hold on. Let's see if they had their names.
Right. Who had this, he was this superhero who was essentially the Superman of this world, but he had so many sponsorships on his suit so he could get paid.
Yeah, you had Ben Stiller as Mr. Furious, Janine Garofalo as the bowler, Paul Rubens as the spleen, William H. Macy as the shoveler, Greg Kinnear, Captain Amazo, Hank Azaria, the Blue Raja, Cale Mitchell, Invisible Boy. Yeah. Yeah.
Which was funny as hell. So, like they went to go rescue Captain Amazo because And let's also not mention the villains. When Jeffrey Rush's character was a villain arch nemesis of Captain Amazo, got basically paroled from prison because Captain Amazo had an agreement with him to speak at his hearing in secret so that he could come out and he have somebody to fight again. And so he had him trapped in his fortress. These dudes go in and couldn't figure out how to get him out, pushed the wrong button, and turned him into liquid. Let's also not mention the villain of the League of Supervillains that Jeffrey Rush called included the Goody Mob.
Yes.
But in their movie, they were called the Not So Goody Mob.
Yes, the Goody Mob was in the movie. You were absolutely right.
It was CeeLo Green, Gip, and the rest. This movie is absurd. And if it would have came out in the last few years, it would have been highly appreciated.
Jeffrey Rush's character, Casanova Frankenstein.
Casanova Frankenstein is a fucking name.
Casanova Frankenstein.
Like, man, and that dude went on to play the best pirate in film history. Like, like, as much as we love Jack Sparrow, Jeffrey Rush Barbossa is a better overall of what you picture in your head as a pirate. You picture Barbossa. Like, so,
yes.
But love that movie, man.
Hey, another one, because my memory was triggered because of Deep Blue Sea. Taiki B would know. Well, what time is it in Hawaii? If you don't know where that line is from, it's from Thomas Jane and John Travolta's The Punisher. Oh my God, The Punisher. That boy, Frank Castle. Well, what time is it in Hawaii? I don't know why that scene stood out so much. But The Punisher. And if you don't know the story of The Punisher, Frank Castle, cop, he arrested the right people at the wrong time to get revenge. They shot up the whole family reunion.
At the reunion. Everybody.
The whole family reunion. And the only person survived was Frank Castle. And Frank Castle is out for revenge.
Oh, man. I remember that movie. They had the Desperado out there trying to kill him with that guitar case. Like,
you had Kevin Nash coming in there trying to kill him.
The Russian. Oh, man.
They played the Russian.
Like, yes. Look, had Ben Foster in there, the Oscar nominee Ben Foster as an apartment tenant who just got beat up a lot. Like
Rebecca Romaine Stamos. Well, at the time she was Rebecca Romaine Stamos.
Ooh, fine, forever. Like,
The Punisher.
Oh man.
What else you got, boss?
Well, another one I got is, you know how certain movies give you certain feelings that only other movies can give you?
Yes. That's how I feel about the Fast franchise. The Fast franchise gives me this feeling that it's just like I'm a kid again.
But like, I mean, like it's like in the aura you get when you watch a movie, it's like this movie only feels like watching this other movie. Okay. And this next movie gives me the same feeling as watching the original two Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Like, and that is David Duchovny in Evolution with Orlando Jones. Like, you watch Evolution with David Duchovny and Orlando Jones, it makes you feel exactly like you are watching one of the original Ghostbusters movies. And there's not many movies that could do that. And this movie is essentially what happens if a meteorite lands on Earth and there's microbe aliens on it and they just rapidly evolve in this cave. And then people just try to basically stop this from happening because they keep evolving. They're going to take over the Earth. But it is funny. Also stars Sean William Scott. And like, there's so much in this movie that's just absurd and funny. Like, when they realize what's happening, the military is instantly there to cordon it off and try to contain it. The little aliens start seeping out into the world, attacking people, killing people. Like, at one point, alien mosquito lodges its burrows in Orlando Jones' skin.
We're gonna have to amputate the leg. Dude, it's moving up. Look, we're gonna have to
It's
go.
going to his crotch. Look, take it, take the leg. And when they were like, they had to get that mosquito out, they had to go in rectally. Look on his face. Never want to experience that.
Never.
That boy was elbow deep. But or when they were hunting the flying one in the mall, and that boy got on that mic and started singing, "You are so beautiful." That movie is just plain fun, and it gives you a happy feeling, man. It's just, that's it. Love that movie.
Now, my next one is another twofer because they're in the same realm. Method Man and Red Man starring in How High, and Dave Chappelle starring in Half Baked. Oh my God. The amount of time I put in watching both of those movies. If you hadn't seen Half Baked, it's about these friends who just all stoners living in an apartment. They get involved into some weird shit because Dave Chappelle's character was stealing weed from his job to sell it, and insanity. One of their friends, get your mind out of the gutter, Erana. Get it out the gutter, okay? Get your mind out the gutter. And one of their friends gets arrested for accidentally feeding a police horse too much food, and the police horse dies. So they trying to get money for his bail. So that's how they started selling weed. Then hijinks ensues because of that. And then in How High's case, one of their friends die. They smoke his friend. They smoke him. And from them smoking him, they can see him, and was real smart. He's giving them all the answers and everything. They get enrolled in the college. Hijinks ensues. I'm telling you, both of those movies, the amount of time, the amount of just laughs, because especially in How High's case, it would seem like every time I would watch that movie, something funny. Because one of the scenes Tyke B and I love so much, when she was like, "What's that all over your face?" "Oh, it's the mark of Buddha. Looks like the skin mark of Buddha." And then that scene with Tracy Morgan and How High when they was watching a parody of Field of Dreams. And Tracy Morgan's the stuff you could hear, the stuff you just randomly see, both of those films. Both of them. Boss, what else you got for us?
Okay. So, as the ninjas know, or anybody who has watched one of these movie pods before with me, knows that some genres of movie I absolutely love. So, if you know me, you know I love Godzilla movies. But
yes,
I'm not going to mention the Godzilla movies because everybody knows how cheesy they are. We're not going to talk about them. But another genre of movies I like is adventure movies. Where the characters have to go from one place to another place, to another place, to another place, basically on an adventure to accomplish a goal. We don't get many of these movies these days anymore. We don't. You could probably think off the top of your head, the last ones that were highly rated were the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yes.
So
what up, Kenny?
What up, Kenny? And so I'm gonna do like Scoot's done, and my next one, this one is a twofer, is Sahara with Matthew McConaughey and Penelope Cruz, and the Warcraft movie.
Funny enough, never seen neither one of those.
They are both adventure movies, and neither was well received. Sahara, if you haven't seen it, pretty fun movie in my opinion. Basically starts out in like the 1800s. Basically at the end of the Civil War, this battleship is going down a river, and it's a steam steel battleship, disappears into the fog. Matthew McConaughey is this former Marine, also with Steve Zahn, and they work with William H. Macy. They're salvagers. They just basically go around the world hired by museums and countries to salvage and dig up stuff. He's been on the hunt for this Civil War battleship all his life, and he thinks it's in Africa. They go on an adventure to up this African river to find it, and basically adventure ensues. Warcraft, if you have not seen Warcraft, I highly recommend you watch it. It is fun as hell. It's based on a video game from the first two games. It's about these orcs who are leaving their planet to go find another world to live in because theirs is dying. That's it. They're just looking to save their people and just find prosperity for theirs. They end up in the realm with humans. And I don't mean humans with like in our time with guns and shit and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, Tomb Raider was very good. Very good bad movie. The Angelina Jolie one and the Alicia Vikander one. But yeah, so they end up with humans who are basically went swords with like dwarves who have the guns, and there's magic and wizards and all this shit. And it's just how these two races clash. But essentially, one is just trying to like find and protect their people. They're just both trying to find and protect their people. And that's it. I'm just going to leave that story right there because everything else would be a spoiler. But
Okay.
stars a lot of great people in each movie. Go watch them if you like adventure movies. Can't praise them enough.
Now, my last one that I had off the memory is just another gimme, just another collection. And I just simply wrote down Chris Farley. Between Tommy Boy,
Black Sheep,
just those two alone. Beverly Hills Ninja, but Tommy Boy and Black Sheep alone. Oh my God. The amount of time I watched Tommy Boy and Black Sheep. Chris Farley and David Spade were a duo. They were a duo. But yes, Chris Farley, may he rest in peace. That man used to give me so much laughs. So many laughs. See? Like he just said it. I was obsessed. Yes. The pairing of Chris Farley and David Spade, yes. But boss, what else you got for us?
I only got a few, like a handful left on my list.
Okay.
But everybody knows how horrible. Well, I'm not gonna say horrible. He is not so much a horrible director as he is a one-note director.
Okay.
And that is Michael Bay.
Mr. Explosions.
Mr. Explosions. And so, as Epic Rap Battles, Mr. brings in a lot of money. And so, when he was vacuuming those moths, she couldn't breathe. And the movie I'm talking about was essentially one big advertisement for the Navy, and that is Battleship.
You like that movie?
It is horrible in many ways.
Well, we are talking about our favorite bad movies.
Right. But that movie is horrible in many ways. Exactly, Kenny. The Transformers movies are atrocious.
Except for Rise of the Beast. Rise of the Beast is not bad.
Right. Rise of the Beast is pretty damn good.
And I haven't seen Bumblebee yet, but
and Bumblebee might be the best one there is. But this movie starred Riri, Alexander Skarsgård,
Liam Neeson, and some other folks.
Oh, what was the main guy? Hold on.
What, Neo in there? Am I thinking of something else?
No, you're thinking of something else. Taylor Kitsch.
Kitsch.
Yeah, man, because this movie, essentially except for those people, everybody else you see in the movie is a real life member of the Navy. And essentially it's based on the board game, except in this one, aliens invade and a whole lot of crazy explosions and fights happen. And this dome comes down, trapping these ships in the water with these alien ships. They can't really fight against them. And it's just fun. That is it. It is fun. Like Rihanna does her best.
Did somebody ever yell out, "You sunk my battleship"?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
turn the movie off.
But like, yeah, man, it is just a military movie that is just one giant advertisement.
Okay.
And so you got another one, or am I
No,
going
no, no.
again?
I'm good.
Okay, okay.
I'm out.
Another one I really like came out around 2011, 2010, 2012,
Mhm.
around the same time as Battleship. Also
Hold on.
starring
Before you go,
as a military veteran. Look, there's always something wrong with them. Like my dad loved military movies, and he was part of the army, so he be criticizing them too. But another Taylor Kitsch
oh wait,
movie I
I
love.
do have one more, but we're
Mhm.
going to end it with mine. If
Okay,
you don't say it, we're going to end it with mine.
okay. And another one I love is John Carter.
Never saw that either.
Loved it, man.
Never
That
saw it.
the original, the prototype, the original superhero.
With Taylor Kitchen that one too.
Yep, he was. He was
Okay.
John Carter. And so, like, if you like, just to let you know how much of a fan of John Carter I am, you can see in my screen right, right there, Princess Deja Thoris. Princess
Aranya
Deja
agrees with
Thoris
you.
statue right there. Good movie, good sci-fi adventure movie. John Carter, originally written by Edgar Rice Burroughs in the 1800s. He was the character that Superman and every other superhero was based off of. The prototype for superheroes, if you will. That movie was so good. A Civil War Army veteran gets transported to Mars to help essentially fight a civil war there. And it is just fun, man. He gets powers from just being there, like Superman did from being around the yellow sun. Like it is just a good, fun adventure movie. Deja Thoris in that movie is fine. Who she played? Hold on. Let me,
Yeah, I never had
yeah, they
I
came out in
never
the
had
same
the
year.
inkling to want to see it.
Yeah. Willem Dafoe was in the movie. Thomas Hayden Church,
Hmm.
Dominic West, Lynn
And he said he
Collins.
gonna add it to his
Man,
list because he wasn't it supposed to be like a trilogy or something?
it
Or
was supposed to be, yes. Bryan Cranston was in the movie. Like it's by Disney. I think you can stream it on Disney Plus.
okay,
Yes, I just looked it up. You can. It's on Disney Plus. You can stream it on Disney Plus. So very fun, 2 hour, 12-minute movie. Very good. I'm gonna do the first animated movie.
okay, what you got?
And this is for my 90s kids, my 80s kids, the 80s teens. Page Master, starring Macaulay Culkin. I could argue Page Master might be my favorite Macaulay Culkin film.
Over the Good Son? Couldn't even keep that one together.
The Good Son. Look, Macaulay Culkin's three best films are Home Alone 1, 2, and Page Master.
Wait, now. Wait. We ain't gonna discount my girl now.
No.
We ain't gonna
My
discount
girl
my girl.
just barely misses it because he's not the star. Just
Okay.
barely misses
Okay.
it. Just barely misses it. But Page Master is live action for all of 15 minutes and then it's
Yep.
animated for the rest of the time. And
Yep.
it's about this kid who seeks shelter in a library because of a storm raging outside. And he gets pulled into the world of books and he gets basically transported through these worlds with three main books. Horror, who I forget who voiced horror,
Oh, I
but
got you. Go ahead.
Whoopi
I got
Goldberg
you.
voiced fantasy. Professor X, aka Jean-Luc Picard, voiced adventure, and they meet a whole bunch of different literary like masterpieces. They find the squid from 20,000 Leagues.
You had Frank Walker from Scooby
Frank
Doo
Welker.
fame.
Frank
That's
Welker.
horror.
And then they find the Hound of the Baskervilles, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Long John
Leonard
Silver.
Nimoy was
Leonard
Dr. Jekyll.
Nimoy was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Moby Dick. It's such a fun animated movie, but got trashed in reviews and shit. And a lot of people don't even remember it till you bring it up or you show them a picture of it.
Yeah.
And so, like in the game,
they got that boy Macaulay Culkin looking like a preceded almost 20-year Harry Potter.
like he looked like a blonde Harry Potter. And
Well,
the Never
10
Ending
years
Story. Love the
preceded
Never
Harry
Ending
Potter.
Story. That movie is great. I don't know anybody that calls the Never Ending Story bad. Maybe the third one, but not Jonathan Taylor Thomas, old boy from the first Free Willy movie. So
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
But yeah, so that first Never Ending Story is great. I'm dreading that remake coming, but like I love the Never Ending Story. I'm going to say this one is another little bit of a throwback. I'm not going to talk too much on it. Probably not at all. Showgirls, horrible movie. Love it for reasons. Let's see. Like her kid runs in an attic and needs a book, so I thought of that in the story. And then another one of my favorite movies and Erana's favorite movies that also got trash reviews was Labyrinth, starring David Bowie. May he rest in peace. And Jennifer Connelly. May David Bowie rest in peace. The Babe with the Power.
Oh, did they redo it?
They were supposed to, but but love that movie. Jim Henson Muppets in there. It's dark as hell. It is a great movie. And that was the first movie I saw that threw like fairy tales on his head. Because when she finds a fairy, she's like, "Oh, magical fairies!" And the thing bit her and attacked her. And then she's like, why did that happen? And another character, Hoggle, the gnome, was like, "It's a fairy. What did you expect it to do?" And it's like she was like, "Grant wishes." Oh, see, you over there assuming shit. Love that movie, man. But I think that's gonna be it for me.
All right. So the last movie we will talk about. Hold on. Aranya put The Dark Crystal.
Oh, that Jim Henson put everything he had in that movie, and it failed. And that movie is amazing.
Kenny, he put The Meg 2. Hey, The Meg 2 was fun. Fuck that.
No,
the missus and I actually we had a ball watching Meg 2.
No, not Meg 2. No,
we had a blast watching Meg 2. Cause boy, we get those Sharknado in there for honorable mention as well.
Look, the Sharknadoes are fun.
Boss, the last movie we gonna talk about. Let's harken back 20 years ago, because this movie will turn 20 this year.
2003, 2004. Okay.
It will be our junior year in high school.
2004. Okay.
This movie stars Tom Hanks, Marlon Wayans, Irma Pilar,
yes, sir.
J.K. Simmons, Ryan Hurst, Jason Weaver, Sidney Ma, Stephen Root, Diane Delano. This movie is titled The Lady
Killers. You brought your bitch to the motherfucking Waffle Hut.
And everybody look at me like I'm some kind of
fuck up.
And this motherfucker
brought his bitch
to the motherfucking Waffle Hut.
And and he he got upset, and his IBS was like,
never had I seen a movie that gave me so much laughs. But to let the people know, because they might have never seen it. The Lady
Right.
Killers is a remake of
It's
an
a
older
remake
movie, and
from the
essentially
60s.
Tom Hanks plays this Southern gentleman who
Very
gets a
southern.
band together, and Irma P. Hall's character's land sits where they want to rob was it a casino or a bank?
It
Casino.
was a casino. A
They
casino
wanted to
was.
rob a
Yeah.
casino, and her property sits perfect to where they could tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
So Tom Hanks' Southern gentleman character, he essentially rents a room in the house and gets his band to secretly tunnel to the casino. And hijinks. And when I literally say hijinks, I mean hijinks in the most Tucker and Dale, the most Scooby Doo-ish
Douche type shit. Like
crazy
like
things,
just to
because
go over some of this stuff. Each one of these characters he gets, they have to pretend to be in this band and practicing in this woman's basement so she doesn't get suspicious and they don't get caught.
yes,
Marlon Wayne's character works at the casino as the inside man, and all he is like, I think it was security or something,
yeah, he
or
looks
like a
like security
janitor.
guard, yes.
Yeah, and so that's his thing. But he is the most, I don't want to say the term in this movie.
Let's just say he's very urban.
He is the most urban of urban people in this movie. Tom Hanks, as you say, it was like a Southern gentleman, like Calvin Candy, just
Yes,
not as racist.
yes. J.K. Simmons and his wife, they were supposed to be,
Like these like rangers, you
yes.
want to say? Like these wilderness wildlife rangers. And
And
his
J.K.
character
Simmons'
suffers
character had IBS real bad.
real bad.
And that plays
Like
a factor.
because anytime he gets upset, his IBS acts up and he has to boo-boo. And,
I'm
and
telling
who
you, this movie, it was shitted on. But the
oh my
last, and
god.
maybe because they just thought somebody like Tom Hanks or something shouldn't play in something like this.
Right.
But I don't know what it was, because as a heist movie and what it was supposed to be about and what it was supposed to accomplish, because I don't want to spoil it, especially for Kenny if he gonna try to watch it.
Right.
But I'm telling you, the amount of fun I had watching The Lady Killers.
Like, I mean, we watched that together and we're cracking up, man.
We had to pause the movie.
Pause it many times. Like, it was
Okay, he said he gonna skip it.
skip.
Look here.
Like, look, but man,
Spoiler alert, movie came out 20 years this year.
yes,
They all started dying.
very much so.
And they all died in the most hijinks, Scooby-Doo.
The one Asian guy, how did he go? Because didn't he die in the middle of them all?
I can't remember. Like I
Wasn't
remember
he
Marlon.
shot?
Did he get shot?
Like, hold
I
on.
can't.
Like,
They all started going once. So they were successful in stealing the money. But it was so much infighting that they all started dying. It was either then they was all accidental, whatever deaths. And Tom Hanks's character, he died by having a piece of rock or something fell on him on a bridge,
mm-hmm.
because he was trying to figure out how he was going to sneak away with the money. Then his character jacket tore and his dead body goes on a trash barge. He's gone, never to be seen again. Then Irma P. Hall's character, she goes downstairs in the basement and sees all the money they stole on the table. And essentially, that's how the movie ends, with her discovering all this money. And you know what she does with it? Donates it to the church.
Donates it to the church.
Mm, 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 mm. The message was essentially, it was karma, because essentially, they did lie to her that, they were just simply renting out the house and being a band. But the problem was they were all thieves and essentially stop fighting with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Stop fighting. Stop all the infighting. And because of all the infighting, that's how everybody died. But this movie, was a riot to watch back then. But yeah, those are some of our favorite bad movies. We read out Aranya's in the beginning. You heard Boss and I go back and forth. But yeah, and more, I probably got a crazy list considering what people consider bad movies. So it's probably a lot more. We might come back and do a sequel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody loves sequels.
I just looked up the video of their deaths.
Okay.
He
Before we
didn't
go,
die
what you
by
got?
he didn't die by gunshot. Remember, this was after not Stanley Tucci, J.K. Simmons,
Yeah.
when he tried to leave with the money, and he on the way to the truck that his girlfriend was waiting in, the Asian guy had called up to him and strangled him.
Yes.
And the Asian guy went upstairs and was going to kill Irma P. Hall's character.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that cigarette that he was always smoking.
Yes. He choked on it.
The Jesus cuckoo clock came out and startled him, and the cigarette went down his throat and started choking him. And he grabbed the water that her dentures were in and started drinking it. And that caused him to choke some more. And he was running out, tripped over the cat, fell down the stairs, and basically broke his neck.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
The deaths in this movie are just absurd.
So I myself, the prestigious, currently tag prediction champion, Scooter Ray, Cosmic Boss. Hello. It's because I used to collect movies.
I do.
I used to, and then it got to a point to where I just stopped.
Oh,
but
I got a ton.
seeing physical media slowly die out does hurt. I'm not gonna lie. Between music, movies, and games, seeing physical media die out because of the physical media. That's how I used to watch so much movies back then. Because I would see certain ones with the cover, and I'd be like, let me back when Netflix, a lot of people don't know this, back when Netflix had discs, I used to rent them joints and be like, ooh, what was this movie about? But yes, I used to collect movies and CDs, but then I stopped.
Yeah,
But
I got like 400 plus. I got a lot.
but thank y'all for tuning in to this live edition of Ninja Banter. Catch us on the stream tip at of course you're on the Twitch channel. Twitch.tv/LessThanStealthyNinjas, YouTube, the Less Than Stealthy Ninjas, Spotify. Oh my God, he just brought up Victoria Ball. Okay. For backstory, only because he brought it up. You know how when you watch certain movies or TV shows or something, some of the littlest things can catch you and you just harp on it? Victoria Burrows was a producer on Tales from the Crypt. And when you watch Tales from the Crypt, she was a name you always saw.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just something Tyke B and I used to always pay attention when we sat there and watched the entire series of Tales from the Crypt. We'll be like, "Uh-oh, is this episode Victoria Burrows produced?" And it was just one of those things, kind of like Paper Mario moment. And see, a couple of weeks ago, our internet was out in our neighborhood for like 48 hours. We watched physical movies. Yes.
Look, hey, like if you are out there and you love movies and TV shows, start buying physical.
Now.
Order from Amazon, order from wherever. Like, I think you can even probably still order from Netflix because they still do physical movies in some places. Like,
yeah,
start buying go to your local mom and pop video shops, buy physical
you
media.
better start getting them now.
Because, man, like, you don't want to leave your collection digital. Like, so, like, I mean, man, like, it's gonna be bad in a few years, but
But yeah, shout outs to my tag brethren, as you can see on here. Lil Dizzle, Jaeger Bombastic, and then of course Juggernaut, our Forbidden Door, and of course me, other affiliation. Shout outs to Cosmic Boss and Aranya, Miss, aka Erana Sita, aka Incumberella, aka Miss I'ma run first, ask questions later.
Yep. We turned that corner. She was 2 miles ahead, fam.
Gone,
Like,
gone, ass and elbow, gone,
ass and elbows. Like,
gone. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, 2/3 of the Less Than Stealthy Ninjas. Same to you, Kenny. Appreciate you stopping through. Appreciate Tyke B. Appreciate Chex Mix. Thank y'all. Boss and Aranya have been streaming Lethal Company with Planet Nico. Boss and I also need to try to figure out where else we're gonna start streaming since I finally beat Elden Ring.
yes.
So, but tune in to next time. Once again, subscribe to the YouTube. Follow us on podcasts on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. Twitch.tv/Less Stealthy Ninjas. We're gonna work on with the social media aspect with IG and TikTok. That's gonna get revamped at some point. But yeah, follow us, Less Stealthy Ninjas, all of that.
Yep.
We are Googleable, as Lip Dizzle like to say.
Googleable. Yes, sir.
Googleable. Until next time, thank y'all for tuning in. And hey, we just trying to make our Ninja Village proud. Peace. Oh, before I go, Lip Dizzle, how does it feel? I'm bringing this championship everywhere I go.
Oh boy.
Does it feel, Lip Dizzle?
About to be
How
some
does it
furniture
feel?
moving.
I'm bringing antagonistic, cross promotion, cross branded, worldwide
Old
prestige
furniture
to this
about to be
Lip Dizzle.
moving.
Peace out, everybody.
See y'all next time.